Hello, today we're going to take a look at King's Faire 2024, a yearly event that the creators of Outlands put into the game. Now they do plenty of events throughout the year, but King's Faire is probably one of my favourites, and you'll see why. So, comes Prevelia, and there's this blue moon gate. If we go through it, it says this moon gate leads to the King's Faire. Now there's a few rules for King's Faire. Players may not ride mounts inside the region, may not bring followers inside the region. When you go through the moon gate and enter the fair, it'll dismount you automatically anyway, so there's no real need to put your mount away. Look at that. Portcullis, Dragon's Head, Jugglers going at the start. Now, this is a special area that is completely for the fair. It's quite large, and there's a load of different things that you can do here. Basically, think of it like a carnival in the real world, with ticketed things that you can do. Over on the left here is the teleporter that will take you back out to any of the towns. Here is an internal teleporter that'll take you to the opposite side of the showground, because it's quite large. And then over here you've got a nice booth that says tickets, and you've got a banker there as well, so you can access your bank. Now, for tickets I'm going to buy. Now, this is probably the only drawback to this event. If you're a newer player, spending 25k gold on tickets, it's a really fun event, but you're probably going to want to save that for your cause, your books, anything to do with your player progression. If you're a bit later in the game and you've got some spare gold, this is, again, really good. So let's go and buy 10 tickets. Click again to confirm, and now I've got 10 tickets. Most of these events take 2 tickets each, so really I'm getting 5 goes for 25k. As you can already see, the area is quite busy already. Over in this corner is Titania, who is doing a wings raffle. So if you look at the paper doll, there's these special wings. So that at the minute there's a lottery running to be able to get a set of these wings. And they're blessed, so they come blessed, which is really great. When they equip, they go into the cloak layer in the hue of your choice from our standard pool of hues. So 5 winners will be drawn on September the 1st at the end of King's Faire. If you got some spare gold, really worth getting, because whether or not you want the wings for yourself, they'll sell really well when the event ends, being a special item. So let's go and take a look at some of the games that we can play. Good old archery contest. So click onto the name or the actual character and click play game, and this will bring up the score of everybody that's played the game. To play the event costs 2 tickets, so I'll click on that, and then it says down here you join the queue to participate, and off we go. First arrow, 10 points, very nice. Now, a lot of these games are automated, so they're not really a game of skill per se. It's more down to an algorithm and where you place as to how well you're doing, basically. But obviously, the more times you play the games, the higher chance you've got of getting a better score. So you'll just see, most of the games last for, it's approximately a minute. So as you can see, this can take up to 3 people at once. Now, if there's more than 3 people shooting, you've got to wait in a bit of a queue. And actually, the funny thing with this is most people do actually stand in a queue. You'll see them queuing like they do in England all the time, which is quite good. I scored 83 points there. Current high score is 154, and then obviously time locked there, was waiting in the queue, and as I finished, in they go to play the game. This area is, like I say, absolutely massive. There's all sorts of things going on. They've done such a good job of implementing this into the game. Like, honestly, it's brilliant. Axe throwing. Let's go and have a look at that. Beef Tamal. 92 points is the top one. Let's go ahead and play the game. You join the queue. I'm the only one waiting, so in we go. And then there we go for some axe throwing. Clearly my character hasn't had its morning coffee yet with a couple of zeros in a row. It's really quirky and it's something that is just fun. And that's what I like about this. There's so much of the community that comes to this. So you'll see so many people. Last night when I logged in after work, the area was absolutely heaving. Like, there was people everywhere. Time of recording now, it's 9:10 on a Sunday morning here in the UK. So American time, you're probably looking early hours of the morning, which is why it's a little bit quieter. So I scored 62 points there, the current high score of 92. Moving round, another game here where it's throwing fruits at the target board. Bobbing for apples here with Bob. I like that, that's really quirky. Coming around here. This one is actually not automated. So you end up playing this game. So I've played this last night and did absolutely terrible. I think I scored something like 20 points. The top score is 935. But let's take a look at this and have a complete laugh at how terrible I am. So shoot as many eggs as possible in 45 seconds. Click the eggs to shoot them. Smaller eggs give more points. Don't shoot the chickens. Misses will subtract 5 points. So there was a miss already and another miss. Look at this. Absolutely terrible. My hand-eye coordination is seriously lacking. You can just imagine my dad playing this game as well. Blow me neck. Well, it seems to be the little secret here is to just line up your shot. And then click on the way down. 270, which is, again, absolutely terrible compared to everybody else. But when I tell you I scored like 20 points last night, that was a marked improvement. It seems to be a lot easier as the eggs were dropping to line up and then click. But again, really fun. And actually, I love the implementation of this because it's something that you can actually manually play. So it does then become a complete game of skill rather than a game of chance, which I love. I think that's brilliant. The area is just, like I say, it's absolutely huge. There's games for all sorts of different things. And to do a video based on every single game that's here would take hours. Which I think, to be fair, there's some really good streams out there already. Pornstar's done a live stream. Spent a few hours here. There'll be other YouTubers as well that have done exactly the same. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like some sort of, I don't know, meth dance. They're proper going for it here. Ronaldo, the fire breather. He was shooting flames out last night across the screen. Hang on, here we go. There you go. Just down there. I think that's really cool. It's little things like that that just add to the sort of the interaction of the place. And then over here is the jousting, which is absolutely hilarious because my dad spent. I mean, how old is my dad now? He must be mid-60s. He spent pretty much the entire time the event was on last year here at the joust. It's literally all he did. So the joust is only one ticket, so that's quite reasonable. So we've joined the queue. There's a lot of people there tied on 7 points, 6 points, 5 points. Now, if I remember rightly, the joust was one that you got better scores the longer you played it. So he actually, like I say, he just played and played and played. Really quirky, really fun. But again, it's something that if you've got excess cash, is great to kind of come and have a go with. If you're really new and starting out, I'd still come here just for the ambience of it, to be with the community, because I think that's really important. You'll see lots of people, tons of YouTubers here. Last year I was sat playing Archery here, Jay Sones was next to me. So how are we doing in the old joust? Oh. Not very well, is the short answer there. It's just, like I say, just fun. Something completely different. Now, they had the scope to do stuff like this in retail. They chose not to. So what they used to do a lot of was run sort of EM events, which was event moderators, basically, who would set a time and they'd open up a gate somewhere and throw a load of monsters at you, and sometimes there was a bit of a story towards it. But you had to be on the game at a certain time to participate in those events. Now, this is open for the duration of the event, and you can come and go as you please, which makes this, in my opinion, much better, much easier to kind of utilise, because I can pick and choose when I'm doing it, which I like. So over here we've got a bartender. What's the game here? Drinking contest. Oh, sounds like my type of thing. Let's go and have a look. One pint. The first one goes down so easy anyway. There we go. We're already getting a little bit ahead there. But then a resurgence from a Paladin Knight. This would be quite a good place to come as well with a guild. I think you could have some quite interesting competitions between yourselves. Who can score the most points, little friendly wagers, things like that. I quite like the idea of as well. Oh, there we go. I'm already on to my 7th pint. Down it goes. I would think we're coming near to the end of the game now, because like I said, they usually run for about a minute. Well, it'll be interesting to see happen, whether or not we turn around and one of us starts puking on the floor. First victory. Very good. So you could just keep going back and back and back. So these points here will be that Fere's had 9 victories, basically. So again, it's one of those games, the more you play, and you can try it 10 times a day, because I've got 9 players remaining. And then we'll come back around here. Oh, fire breathing again. Very good. But just a really good atmosphere. Really good, relaxed. Come and join King's Fair. Give it a go. And like I say, even if you can't afford the tickets, just come and have a mooch around. Happy gaming. Enjoy your Sunday, everyone.